Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us and welcome to your Transformers podcast, Toys R Us talking about toys. That's pretty much what today is. I've got a few things I'm going to be covering. You've probably seen them in the title. I'm going to be covering a few more things as well. But what I want to do very quickly is apologise for last week. In all honesty, guys, I just didn't have time to get the 20-minute podcast out. What with the fact that I actually got to see Transformers 1. That was one evening gone. And in all honesty, on the Tuesday, I spent an amazing day with my wife. So I lost pretty much all of Tuesday's recording day as well. But back as normal this week, and I'm sure you've already noticed that I'm still churning the videos out because there's so much going on as well. So I've got a few things I want to cover. In fact, I'm going to do a live. I'm going to discuss that again in a second. TF1 briefly, MCM, explain what I'm doing with the comics and some of the New Age and Magic Square figures. Also got a few things that I'm looking forward to and things I suppose that have impressed me, to be honest. So we're going to kick off with, yes, this Saturday I'm going to be doing another live stream. Now the reason for this is there's loads of them, to be fair. The first and foremost is I love doing them. I think it's a great opportunity. Although I'm sitting here now talking to a camera, it's like that but better because obviously you guys are interacting. I want to reassure anybody who's not jumped onto any of my live stream, or if you're new to the channel, that it's the same process. You won't hear me swear. I don't think I've seen any bad language in the entire time I've been doing it in the talk, and if it does, I just delete it straight away anyway. However, it's just what I want to reiterate with people is it's just a brilliant chance for everybody to get together, and that's the best thing that I've noticed and one of the main reasons why I do it. There's people who've sometimes started a conversation before I even go live. It's a great chance for everybody from all the four corners, I don't know why they say corners because it's round, four corners of the world, just to have a chat. And indeed, exactly that, just to meet up. You know, we've had some amazing meetups actually in person now, in real life, at events that I've been to and sort of arranged in the UK. And for those people obviously who can't make it, and you know, we are literally, there's a whole ocean apart or whatever, it's just a great opportunity for you guys all to chat. And I love the fact that, is this too strong a word? I sort of like, I orchestrate it. You know, you guys, sometimes I'm talking away and people are asking me questions and they're just chatting away, which I don't mind. I like people doing that because there's more than enough people in the chat who can ask me questions. There's more than enough people in the chat who I can reply to. And then there's more than enough people in the chat who can speak to each other and ask each other questions, see how you're doing, etc. And, you know, the other thing we like to do is find figures for each other, send them, help each other out. We love doing all that. I love trying to promote this community that we've got, and that's the best word it is a brilliant community, not just because I've got loads of people on the Discord who tend to jump on the most, that's the members, which of course I appreciate for all their extra support, but everybody, you don't have to be a member, jump in, just come on and have a chat with us all. And yeah, just the things we're going to be discussing first and foremost then is of course Transformers 1. I was actually able to go and see the movie, so I'm really pleased that I've been to do that. It is every bit as good as everybody has said. I'm not going to spoil it for people because I'm going to wait until Saturday. Hopefully most of the people in the UK who normally watch this channel will have seen it by then, so we'll be able to discuss it quite openly and quite freely. All I will say though is to people who are on the fence or people who haven't seen it, honestly guys, go and see it. I would love actually to speak to the guy who marketed it, because I genuinely believe whoever marketed the movie, they've done it no favours. They've done it zero favours whatsoever. You've got the fact that they don't really show too much of what's going on. They've gone for more like, they have aimed for more the child like sort of humour, which it's quite annoying because Bumblebee or B127, he does have a couple of funny parts, and all of the bits where you think, oh, he could be too much, you know, he could be too much. I related him to the Jar Jar Binks, and people know what I mean. He's not on that sort of scale at all. And the annoying thing is, for me as a fan, all of them bits were in the one trailer. You know, he didn't really do anything else or say anything what I would call silly or, you know, a bit childish. Throughout the whole movie, maybe one other occasion that's just come to me at the end. But yeah, it's annoying because it's such a good film, it's such a good story, and the marketing did it no favours whatsoever. They could have picked way better scenes. They did, you know, that's all I've got to say. It's a little bit annoying, but also please do get to watch it on the big screen because it is totally worth it. So yeah, if you've not seen it, guys, get on, watch it. We're going to be discussing it. We're also going to be discussing NYCC because that is this weekend. And of course, by the time I go live, we will, hopefully, should have, crossing fingers, be able to have seen and witnessed lots of new, I'm not saying lots of new reveals, but basically the event, the Hasbro panel, etc., and hopefully some new Transformers reveals. We've been promised we're going to get some, so we'll be able to discuss that in more detail. I'll have probably done an update video anyhow before then, fingers crossed, but yes, we're going to be discussing that. So we're going to be, and of course, because it's basically like an AMA, Ask Me Anything, you're more than welcome to ask me questions, which is what people do. I'm more than happy to get figures ready to show people if they want to see them. You just obviously let me, once I schedule it live, put it in the comment, please show this, please, so it's ready, because sometimes people ask for things and it's not even in the same room that I'm in, so for obvious reasons I can't go and get that. So yeah, I love doing the live streams, and there's loads of reasons why it's going to be an even better one this weekend. So that's it. I'm not going to talk, I've got a note here about TF1, but I don't want to talk any more about it. I can't wait to see it again. I'm going to hopefully be taking my kids on Monday night to go and see it as well. The older two anyway. So other things, right, before we go on to MCM Comic Con, I just want to quickly explain what I've been doing and what's going on with the comics. So if you're new to the channel, I literally did a video on all 332 Generation 1 Marvel UK comics. And I did many reviews on them, and basically what I was doing is giving people the opportunity to read them, because lots of American viewers hadn't seen the UK ones. They wanted to see the difference, but because the stories were so much shorter than the US, like the maximum like 10-11 pages, I was able to get it all done in one video, and that obviously worked pretty well. And it worked what I had to do with G2 was break it into sections. Now the reason why I'm telling you this is because with the new comics that I'm doing, so Void Rivals and Skybound, I'm breaking each issue down into 3 parts, which is about 8 to 10 pages in each part. And the reason why I'm doing it is because it's too much, I suppose, to digest in one particular video. The video's on for way too long. And again, attention span, especially when you're watching a video. But the main reason as well that I'm continuing doing with these is some people can't afford them. Some people don't have access to them. So until I get told off, which I could do, but I do always state in every single video, and you know, in the description, it's much better to have the original thing, which it is, but as I've just said, I appreciate not everybody can afford and indeed get hold of the original comics. So up until I can't, if I do get told off for it, obviously I'll have to stop it, but for now it's just a good opportunity for you guys to read them. So I'm breaking them down into 3 parts, little bite size, and then what I'm going to do after I've done 2 complete issues, I'm going to do an actual review where I sit down and discuss what's happened and why I think it's so good. Because I think they need to. The comics are amazing. They're so good, and there's so much going on. So I think an actual bit of a review, bit of a refresh would actually help people, because there's so much going on, and it gives opportunity again to do this, to comment, to discuss what's going on. So the format will stay me being quiet, just recording the comic for people who want to watch it, and then we'll be able to have another video where we can discuss what's happening in them as well. Now the other thing as well is that now they're all caught up. So basically this morning I put up Void Rivals 2 Part 1, and the last Skybound Transformers I put up was issue 2 Part 1. So they're all caught up. So the new process, the new way it's going to run is Saturdays is going to be Transformers, and Tuesdays is going to be Void Rivals. And this means we will get 1 issue done every 3 weeks. So that means that we will catch up the current numbers. Now they're on about issue 12 and 13. So granted, you know, we're 10 issues behind, but we will catch them up for that particular reason. We will catch them up because the videos are going to be coming out faster than the issues. So hopefully, as I say, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but just to let you guys know that we will, as I say, I will get them all done, and we are now on track with everything. And of course, I've still got to do the G2 comics review as well, which I'll do as a separate video. So that's what's going on with the comics. Really looking forward again to cracking on with them, because in honesty, a lot of the time I'm reading them beforehand, purely because it's the only time I get to read them. Right, things looking forward to. MCM Comic Con is the week after New York Comic Con, and again I've got the incredible honor and privilege to be your eyes, you guys watching this now, the Transformers community. I'm going to be there with the Hasbro designers, with Hasbro Europe, UK, and whoever else is coming over. I obviously haven't met everybody. I've met a few people, and I'm going to be, if I refer to the term we now, this is basically the little group of people that one of the Hasbro UK people who I'm incredibly thankful to, who reached out to me at the beginning of the year, and we started this thing. As I say, we means me, Bosk Bounty, Sith Lord, and Dan who reviews. And we did the MCN in April, obviously, and that was my first experience and taste of everything that's, I suppose, going on right now. And yeah, I am totally living the dream. People have said that I am. It's a great place to be. And again, I'm very thankful to that individual from Hasbro who reached out to me. So we started off at MCM in April just with a little cabinet on the in-demand store. Again, huge thanks to Nick. Nick's an amazing guy at in-demand, guys. I always will promote them, guys, because A, they get all the figures in the UK. Strangely enough, like we had Walmart Optimus Prime before you guys in America even got it. So that's incredible how he does that anyway. But yeah, so we all had our own little areas, and then since then we've had Star action figures, we've had the Hasbro Pulse UK event, and now we've got this. And like we feel like we're in the swing of things. We know what's going on. We're ready to hit the ground running. And this is again where I say this for you guys. We're going to be doing, I'm representing you, so I'm going to be doing my absolute best over the weekend. I'm going to be recording loads of footage. I'm going to be doing interviews. I've got up close first access to some of the new figures. So I'm going to take the turntable. I'm going to be doing and getting as much footage and as much information as I can for you guys. So I'm the eyes and ears for you. So please, as soon as I start putting footage up, if there's a figure there that you see and you want a specific angle of it, you want to know more about it, put the comments in. Anybody who knows this channel knows me. I reply to the comments. I will get onto it. And I will do my absolute best, as I say, to represent you guys in every way, shape and form. There may be an opportunity for me to ask a few questions to some people. Obviously, if they're constructive questions and if, you know, I get a chance to, of course, I can ask them for you guys as well. If it's silly things, like I say silly things because it's not the designer's fault that sometimes plastic goes white. That's not their fault. They've just designed the figure. So that's, you know, I know somebody got on my back for not asking that. I don't know, a year or so ago, but it wasn't the designer's fault anyway. But you know what I'm trying to say? I'm there for you guys. I want to do the best job I can, and I'm really looking forward to it. As I say, I'm going to be covering as much as I can. Showing you, I want to show you the scope of how big it is. It's absolutely massive, that XL Arena is. So hopefully I can do what I did at the Toy Fair. I can walk around before it opens up. Well, I know I can, but what I'm trying to say is hope I can get you some decent footage from that before it starts. And don't forget, guys, it is 2 p.m. UK time. I'm probably going to have my phone on record, and I'm just going to put it on a tripod and go live, and you'll see what's going there. So keep your eye on this channel, especially if you want to see what's coming on with the Transformers reveals starting at 2 p.m. UK time next Saturday. I'll give you more information on that coming close to the time. But yeah, that's obviously something I'm very, very looking forward to for loads of reasons as well. It'll be great to meet up with everybody else. And of course, I get to meet Evan in person for the first time as well, which of course will be a bonus, and John as well. And the full irony of the John thing, as I say, I've never met him, I haven't really had a chance to speak to him, but my most vivid memory of him was when he did the New York Comic Con in 2015, and he was introducing the Combiner Wars Devastator. So I'm secretly crossing my fingers now for like the first time meeting him in person, and obviously he'll be having or revealing or at least something to do with the new Studio Series 86 Devastator. So that's something that I really am looking forward to. But I'm not going to talk any more about that. I suppose you can let me know in the comments now what you want especially to see there and things like that. I can start to take lists and stuff with that from now. Right, moving on to some other things. Like I've explained the comics, I feel like I need to quickly explain what's going on with some of the third-party reviews, because some of them, granted, you know, you could perhaps say they're not reviews. I suppose, for example, the Magic Square figures. The reason for them and the reason why they're just short, quick and comparison videos is because third-party companies, in my opinion, are every bit as bad and in some cases worse than Hasbro for using the same mould. They will literally use the same mould and just give it a different skin, a different colour. They won't change the head sculpt, they won't change anything. They'll just give it a different skin colour and give it a G2, a shattered glass, a battle damaged, a comic book, a cartoon look, loads of them, which is great because it works for everybody, and I'm happy that it works for everybody. But with regards to the Bruticus and the Magic Square figures, because I'd already done in-depth reviews on them, the figure is no different whatsoever. That's why I changed it. I didn't want to give you an exactly the same review of that particular figure. What I wanted to do was something slightly different, so do the G1 comparison. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to get all 5 so I can then do a combining video, because I never got round to doing that with the Magic Square Bruticus first time round. So that's the main reasons for them. You're also going to have figures like I've got a new battle damaged version of Hephaestus, which is Magic Square's Devastator. So again, rather than me do individual reviews on each of the figures, because they're just redecos, I'm just going to do a quick all-round review of that particular figure. And I think that's what I'm going to do for lots of the third-party figures, because mainly, same as I would do for Hasbro, you know, sometimes I'll say this is exactly the same, but at least sometimes it's a different character or they've changed the head. If it's just an exactly the same figure, I'll do that. So basically the content is different for you guys. You're not watching the same thing. The transformation processes, if they're any different, I'll do a different video. But as I say, I'll always refer you guys to where the original videos are as well if you want to see them. So that's what I'll be doing with regards to that. As I say, that's what's going to be happening with a lot of the third-party figures, because there's just so many of them and there's no difference. But it also means that I can churn out more videos and people can get to see more of the figures that they want to see as well, because that's it. There's just, I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that it's because it's the 40th anniversary, everything's as crazy as it is, because although I've collected Transformers for a long time, this year just seems to be so much more on top that I can't keep up. I just can't keep up. And I suppose that's going to segue very nicely into my next part. Anybody who's been collecting and building or knows anything about the D'Agostini Optimus Prime from Fan Home, this will give you an idea of how far behind I am. I got the issues, I think it was up to 72 today, so I'm 72 weeks behind with regards to that, because you guys on this channel haven't seen one video of them. So eventually I'm going to hope to sit down one day and blitz loads of them out. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it is a giant movie Optimus Prime that you build up from scratch with screws, like a Meccano, whatever set, a beautiful detailed LEDs, heavy, giant, and he comes with a special magazine as well. So I'm going to do videos on the magazines, videos on the actual building up of this amazing, is it a statue or an action figure? Anyway, guys, you'll get to see it. But that's another thing that to look forward to on the channel. I know I get asked to do more movie stuff, but at the moment, and I'm sure you'll all agree, that a lot, the Studio Series figures, they've dwindled out. You know, we're just getting the 86 ones. There isn't really very many. I'm getting Bumblebee Skywarp as soon as that's in demand. But yes, so to keep you movie guys interested, to keep you movie guys involved, I will be doing that, and it's something I've been meaning to do for ages anyway, so I can't wait to get around to doing that. And I suppose the last sort of thing that I'm looking forward to, and again, this is I just mentioned how third-party companies use the same molds over and over again, the Doctor Who minifigures. I love them, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm sorry for sounding like a broken record. If anybody from Hasbro is watching or listening to this now, we need the Micromasters back, but we need them as main characters, because Doctor Who are churning them out, and they're obviously selling very, very well. I genuinely and strongly believe that the Earthrise and Siege ones didn't sell well was because they weren't mainline characters. So the Doctor Who ones, for those of you who've not seen, they did the pre-orders for the normal Insecticons. What I mean by the normal ones is the first ones, the purple and black ones with the Datsun brothers, the pre-orders for the deluxe Insecticons with the Sideswipe, Red Alert and Tiger Track molds have gone up as well. Megatron, as I say, is in the post. I caved and brought the Doctor Who Optimus Primal, and I'll to do a quick review on as well, so I'm going to be doing that. There's loads going on, guys. I can't wait as well. Last things, I'm just going to round this up with things to let you know that are on their way and I'm going to be doing videos on. Of course, it's the Pulse exclusives. So that's the comics, Zaron and Flame, the Dino King set. Again, can't wait to get hold of that. That is, of course, the other Pulse Con exclusive. Yes, it was, wasn't it? Or it was revealed in one, but then it became available to order from Pulse Con. That is on the way as well. Can't wait to do that. And I'm also going to be funny enough to be doing, I've just mentioned about repaints and redecos, the Legacy Motormaster gift set, to do, excuse me, a full comparison video of that with the original releases. So that's going to be very, very interesting, because that's, of course, the toy decos. So it's basically combiners. There's so many combiners that I'm going to be doing video reviews on over the next few weeks. And the Transformers 1 figures. I can go back to reviewing the Transformers 1 figures because I don't feel like a fraud. And that's probably a strong word, but I would stop doing the video reviews on them because I hadn't seen the movie. and I felt that I wanted to do them justice. Now I know, joking apart, I only use a camera like on a mobile phone. Granted, I need better setup, like a light box and all that sort of stuff. But what I mean is do the figure some justice. I really felt that I couldn't do them a fair review because I hadn't seen the movie. I had nothing to relate it to. Whereas now I've seen it. Now I can't wait to get on with the reviews and catch up with them. Again, please let me know though if there's too much content. If I'm getting too much and you can't keep up, then let me know. I can start to save a few back or whatever, but I'm more than happy to do exactly what I'm doing with the way things are working, getting the shorts out, getting the reviews out, and just as I say, keeping everything coming out to you guys as and when I can get it done. So as always, guys, let me know what you think in the comments, ways I can improve things, anything you want me to look at and do, apart from going and buying a brand new PC and a lighting box and everything straight away, because I can't do that straight away. But there you go. Thank you very much for listening to me waffle on for another 20 minutes. Take care, guys.